Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, everyone. For a while, I have been getting feedback from community about making videos around the Python, about the beginning Python, and also from the beginners and from the kids, like who are really getting started into the programming world. And I've been getting a request to uh, put something together to get them started with programming in general. So I picked Python because to me it's easier to understand, and you can do different kind of things with Python. So let's dive into. So why programming at first? First thing, we are surrounded by computers these days. We see smart cars, coffee machines, everything somewhere running the computers. Everything is automated. So now what is a computer? So I picked my definition from Wikipedia. So computer is a machine that actually carry out a sequence of logical operations. And we do so by doing the computer programming. And so what is a program? Program is a set of instructions. So for example, I want to print somewhere on the console, say hello world. So I tell my computer to do it using print command. This particular syntax is written in Python. So now what is a software hardware in the computer? Software is the way to tell computer how to do a thing. So for example, if I want to print hello world, I would tell my computer print hello world. So that's the software part. But where actually my code executes, which actually does the physical hardware, which does the work, is called the hardware part of it. Now, how programming skill really help? So why I was getting the request, because people are actually wondering about the buzz about the programming for a while, and why everyone seems to feel it's important. So first thing about learning programming is, it's not just like we learn how to write a bunch of commands. It actually stimulates the critical thinking and creativity in all age people, really. But for kids it's actually more it is faster, and it's actually make them more uh, uh, their computational thinking more stronger. And it actually teaches the way of how to think more logically. Teach a way of algorithmic thinking to solve problems, and that supports actually different type of subject in their schools, and which is like arts, math, science, and engineering projects these days. So it's actually good for the cross curricular and enrichment. So I'm pretty sure you might have heard about a word called STEAM. So it's like a science, technology, in E for engineering, A arts, maths. So it's a STEAM isn't like a new revolution these days around, and where programming is actually the first thing that comes into picture to teach all these different subjects, because it's this is a tool to stimulate the critical thinking in their brains. So uh, as I said, like it actually makes your mathematical and computational thinking much stronger. So when you do programming, you start thinking to divide a problem into smaller parts and more logical way. You know how to divide your problem into chunks and to solve that little chunk more effectively. So it definitely increase your critical thinking and how to solve the problem from different perspectives. And definitely it increase your interest, cultivate your interest in learning computer science down the line. And so why Python? So why I picked Python, and why everyone is teaching in schools specifically Python. So one thing is, reading Python is very close to as you are reading English language. As we just saw, there was a command like a print and whatever you want to be printed. So everyone can pretty much, as well, whoever can read the English language can really also can make some sense out of the Python language. And it's, of course, it's a simple syntax and code formatting is simple. And Python is a general purpose language. So it can be applied to different kind of domains, from science, gaming, graphics, and mathematics, solving mathematics problems, data and data science as well. And it can run on different platforms, Linux, macOS, Windows, and such. However, I will be using a online editor to teach this course, so that you don't have to use a lot of time in setting up your environment on your machines. As far as you have a browser, you should be able to run the exercises and the sample codes in this course. And it's also is globally supported by industries like Google, YouTube, and Intel, IBM, and name a few. So most of the industries are using Python in one way or another, or to some extent. And Python is used by many schools, as I was mentioning before as well, to teach to introductory courses in computer science, because it's easy to pick up. Now let's see how the syntaxes look like in Python. So first thing is, so this one is prints hello programming on a console, and the command I give, print hello programming in the braces. Now let's see how the same thing is written in a different language. Say Java is another very popular language. So as you can see, there are multiple lines to do the same thing, but in Python you just say one print and whatever you want to print. So it's not complicated, it's easier to pick up for students. They don't have to worry about knowing about these extra things, what these things are. So they can just start using their time in learning programming rather just learning the syntaxes. So let's see a few examples from other popular languages like C, very old and very powerful language. So here you have to import bunch of things just to print one line of code, just one line string, this particular hello programming. And let's see in C++ is the pretty much very similar to C. Yeah, so that's the reason we use Python in teaching programming. And of course there are different languages for different purposes, but this is Python is a good language to get started learning the in a programming language for first time. So this course will be good for the beginners, regardless of their age, if whoever is starting programming for first time. And it could be kids, 7 plus can pick up, or adults who are coming from a different area, or just interested in programming, or just to learn how to do few things using Python. So I just want to give you a quick overview of this part one. I will be covering the small parts in different small parts of Python language in different parts. So the part one actually will cover how to run your code, the Python code in browser, and we'll be picking up on vocabulary of Python, and then creating variables, like what variables are, and data types, operators, and input and output. And I will try to cover one topic of this bullet point in one video only, so that you can always go back and refer just that video. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye. Thank you.